What is going on, Rangers fans? I am Randy, and we are finally back for the start of the GBA D-League Season 4. I am, of course, the coach of the Texas Pokemon Rangers, and this week we're taking on, opening up the season against the Calgary Infernapes, against AA Round 2 420, newcomer to the D-League. But he's definitely not a newcomer to GBA. He's been with the league for a while as an analyst and all that sort of stuff. Great person, great content creator. You guys definitely should give him a look, although I'm fairly certain most of you watching will know who he is just because of his presence in the draft league community. Although his channel doesn't really reflect on that, he definitely has the quality to have a bigger following. So you guys definitely should give him the support that he deserves. I hate Comic Sans, the font, but I love Aaron. He's pretty cool. And that's just a joke because of his font he has on his roster, his stupid team page. Anyways, so I haven't battled him before. He's definitely someone I look forward to battling. I'm going to beat him too because we're going to go hashtag undefeated. Guys, the Rangers, the motto this season is hashtag undefeated. That's where we're going to go. I know Kyle A has never lost, but it's not the same thing, okay? Never lost and undefeated, they're different things. I'm not trying to copy nobody, I'm just trying to get something to go around for the season, hashtag redemption, something, because we're trying to win the championship. And last season we didn't do that. We failed. And, I want to get just a motto for the Rangers this season, something everyone can just spam in the comments. All right, hashtag undefeated is what it's going to be for now. If I come up with something different, by the time this video uploads, I'll try to maybe edit it in or something. But, it's just something I like to mess around with to give some more interaction. So, with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump into this builder. This is a new way we're going to do builders this season. We're going to have these cool images I made in Photoshop. It doesn't really take much effort at all. I realized my scunt tank is actually off-center from the Uxie and the Jellicent, but I'll fix it next time. Doesn't matter. By the way, scunt tank looks so awesome in that picture, bro. Like, it looks so sick. I don't know. It's cool. By the way, shout out to AA Round 2 420 for the new Citra. That way I can have a faster Citra, so he gave me a new link. Shout out to him, as we're already going to play him anyway. So, yeah, this is a new way team builders are going to go. If I end up not doing it every week, it's because I'm just short for time, but I do want to do this every week just for more visual attention. Okay, so that's the way it's going to work out. So with all that being said, I'll jump into his team. Of course, this image, his roster will pop up on the right side of the screen, bottom right. He has Mega Kangaskhan Thundurus, which is Z-move user, the incarnate form, by the way. Hydreigon, Volcanion, Decidueye, Bronzong, Aerodactyl, Donphan, Shelmet, which is kind of a mean pick, but hey, I mean, it's a pretty good mon. Hariyama, and the Sylveon. So, looking at it off the back, he's got some very big threats. Kang, Thundurus, Hydreigon. Those are the big three. Thundurus and Hydreigon are really hard to play off. I mean, I have Mamoswine for Thundurus, but Hydreigon, I don't have a switch-in on this roster I'm bringing right now, this team. I don't have a switch-in. So, and it was played that way because of the team I brought. Like, I just wanted to be sure. Because I felt like having Lopunny and Mamoswine were enough to check it offensively. So, that's the reason why I opted to go that way. And also, it's also important to note that one of those two, Thundurus or Hydreigon, is definitely going to be Scarf because he has no other mon that could outspeed my Lopunny. He's got Aerodactyl, if you can run the Scarf on that, but Scarf Aerodactyl isn't really effective to my roster. Like, it doesn't do much besides hitting Lopunny. And I suppose Mamoswine, but even then, if I have Rocks up and I'm life, I start that thing out of Oblivion. So, I feel that Hydreigon or Thundurus will be the Scarfer in this matchup. Obviously, Hydreigon is the one that's probably going to be the Scarf because Thundurus is probably going to have a Z-Crystal. But it's just one of those things to where, like I said, Scarf Hydreigon isn't that bad because if he's locked into Dark move, Lopunny just grabs a kill. If he's locked into a Dragon move, then obviously Celesteela comes in and just throws some seeds up or autotomizes or whatever the case could be. So yeah, I mean, he's got threats, but ultimately I feel like I have a decent matchup here given that my balance has I can wall him out. I can. But this game will come down to what kind of like mode he brings because I had two mock games, and I normally don't do mocks in regular season. I mean, in general, really. But I wanted to do two mocks because I wanted to be comfortable with this kind of team I'm bringing because this roster is completely different to me. I don't use mons like this. I've never used Celesteela. I've never used Barbarical. I mean, it's kind of straightforward, but like stuff like Rotom Heat, Uxie, Shaman, Celesteela, I guess even Skuntank. It's mons that like they could be versatile, but I want to make sure they're very, very efficient in the way I build them because last season with my walls like Jellicent and Scizor and stuff like that, I felt like I just kind of threw some random spreads and hoped it worked out. But I want to be sure I can utilize them in the best way every week. Like, if Shaman's better offensively a certain week, then I need to bring it offensively. But if it's better defensively, I need to go that route. So I want to be sure I can play with this kind of style because I only have a couple of mons on my squad that can just be brainless, like Mammo Swine and Latios and even Low Bunny. So it's one of those things to where I wanted a little bit of extra practice. And in those mocks, I discovered that something kind of threatening to me is a Trick Room mode with Bronzong, Vulcanian, Hariyama, and even Sylveon. It's one of those things to where I gotta watch out for. Although Low Bunny does a good job of stalling out Trick Room with Fake Out and stuff like that. So, but besides that, I mean, Hariyama, it's threatening. Like if he gets up a bulk up or two, it's gonna be hard to take down. Seeing as how I am running Side Shock on Latios, spoiling and bringing Latios. So, I gotta be smart, gotta play smart, and hopefully it all works out here. So, breaking down his team, as you guys saw, you guys just heard. I opted the 6 mons that I opted to bring in this matchup. Or the Celesteela, of course, the Mega Low Bunny, the Latios, the big 3, as I will call them throughout the season. Heartache, Capella, and CP3. I'm just kidding. But yeah, those are the big 3 I opted to bring because I felt they were all great in this matchup. And the other 3, were just kind of hard to think about. I opted to go Mammo Swine, Uxie, and the Barbaracle. So those are the 6 I opted to bring in this match because, like I said, I just felt they had the best matchup here. Uxie obviously has the potential to have Memento and let things like Celesteela and Barbaracle set up, even the Latios as well. And even on paper, he won't know what's set up. Like, he'll know Barbaracle set up, but like he won't know for sure like Latios is Dragon Dance or has some sort of way to set up like Calm Mind or something like that. So I felt like these 6 were the way to go. Obviously, there was some some conflicts with my front office. Gun Tank was definitely something we heavily considered because we figured we needed an AV set to somewhat check that Hydreigon because it does get play rough, and I can actually have another way to take down his Bronzong. I can tell from the screen here, I really don't have a way to hit it super effectively outside of like non-stab coverage. So that's one thing that did worry me, but Bronzong isn't really a threat to my squad, seeing as how most of my mons could function and just take advantage of it being so passive. So we ended up leaving Skuntank. Rotom Heat was something to be considered as well to check the Hydreigon and the Thundurus, but ultimately we felt like Rotom would be a little bit too passive, seeing as how he probably will bring a Kangaskhan. I do expect that Kangaskhan to be Facade with Wish, like a very bulky set to take advantage of like status from Uxie or my Rotom Heat. So that's why I opted to not bring Rotom, because it just wasn't going to be able to do enough defensively. Rabombi, I didn't really want to bring the webs. Didn't really feel necessary, seeing as how my team was pretty fast as it was. Jellicent, I'm not too sure why we didn't bring Jellicent. I think it's just because, well, I mean, his Mega is kind of, his Thundurus and Hydreigon kind of just poop on it, and those 2 will come. So that's why I opted not to bring that. And then, of course, Shaman was also up in the air due to its speed and, its bulk, but we felt that Barbaracle and Uxie were far more important than the Shaman. So, as I said, these 6 will be the ones I bring, and actually for this week, I'm not actually bringing a Z Crystal. So Barbaracle and Celesteela will not be running Z Crystals, and I will show you guys what they were running right here on this moment on this screen. So there's the showdown, our team builder finally opening up. Don't have nicknames here yet. I'll make sure to have them for the game, but I'm just having it temporarily like this. So Celesteela running a bit of a mixed defensive set here. Don't have exact calc on it. My front office guy built this. He didn't tell me what the reasoning for it was yet. I'll try to explain it during the live battle, but it's a mixed defensive set to check Hydreigon. You can eat up a Thunderbolt from the Thundurus. And the thing is about Thundurus, I'm running Stone Edge to check Thundurus, and you might be thinking, well, he could just go for Nasty Plot or to go for like a Z Thunderbolt. Well, the thing is, he will not run Z Thunderbolt. There's no way in hell he's going to run Z Thunderbolt because he needs either like Z Focus Blast to hit Mammo Swine. He'll need maybe Z. Z Focus Blast is a Z Crystal I expect 100% because it can hit Mammo Swine, it can hit Rotom, it can hit I guess even Low Bunny, I suppose, but that would be more for like a middle ground play in case he expected me to sack something. I don't know. But I felt Stone Edge was worth it. Obviously, Charty Berry. Like, I've seen this matchup so many times on other channels. I've seen Celesteela versus Thundurus, and I've seen Thundurus run Charty Berry all the time. And Celesteela's running Wakan Berries. So that's pretty cool. But, I could take a hit as long as it's in specs. And there's no way it's going to be specs. I expect them to have, like, T-Wave and, like, maybe Nasty Plot. But T-Wave 3 attacks with the Z-Crystal is probably what I expect the most out of this. Probably Thunderbolt, Dark Pulse, and the Focus Blast. That's what I expect the most. So, I won't ever be afraid to click Stone Edge because, like I said, there's no way he's going to be running Z Thunderbolt. There's no way he's going to be specs. I can eat up a life orb hit. So that's the reason why I opted to do that. Obviously, this can also set up seeds on the Bronzong. It's the fat mon. Like, we all know what it does. You know, it's annoying as hell. I generally don't like mons like this, but it's a lot of fun, and I'm sure it'll be doing great. It did great in the mocks, so hopefully it does great in this battle. Next up, we have Mega Lopunny. So happy to have this thing, man. It's so cool. I can't wait to use her, and you know, I'm gonna have some fun with it. Running Fake Out, Frustration, Low Kick, and Quick Attack. This moveset is subject to change in case I change something in the middle or before we battle, but self-explanatory. It's enough speed to outrun his Aerodactyl. Fake Out and Quick Attack are just there to check Hydreigon and Thundurus in case they were to be Scarf and be a little bit out of control. And Low Kick, I opted to run Low Kick over High Jump Kick because it does base 120 damage to Bronzong, which is only 10 base damage difference. And I don't want to risk him running Protect on that Bronzong, as well as even his Mega Kangaskhan, as Low Kick does, I believe, base 100 damage on Kangaskhan. So, losing out on some power, but with Fake Out damage on a non-bulky Kangaskhan, Fake Out plus Low Kick will one-shot Kangaskhan. It actually one-shots like a bit of a mixed bulkier set, too, if he opts to run like Spadef over Fizdef. So, interesting to note there. Frustration is just there to hit Sylveon on the defensive side in case he's running a spec set or physically defensive. And yeah, that's really all there is to it. Lopunny, it's a threat, man. It two-shots like his entire roster if I had HJK. You know, so it's gonna be useful here. I can't sack it early. If it goes down early, I'm gonna be in trouble. So I'm gonna play this mon. This is like a win con in almost every scenario. So like, no matter what team he brings, this mon will be very important to winning. So gotta keep this thing alive. And I think Celesteela helps Lopunny very much so in this matchup. Next up, we have Latios running a 3 attacks Roost set. Pretty standard. It's almost like a damn OU set. Psyshock, Draco, Shadow Ball, and Roost. Shadow Ball, of course, he knows for the Bronzong. But Latios actually has a pretty fun time in this matchup as well, despite him having a Thundurus and maybe a Scarf Hydreigon. It can just spam Draco and Psyshock. It's really effective in this game. Shadow Ball can hit that Bronzong for some pretty damn good damage. I expect the Bronzong to be Cobra Berry as well, or even I guess the berry that prevents Ghost as well. It could be either one of those in my I guess. Yeah. So I mean, there's really nothing else to say about this Latios. It's just there to be offensive. It doesn't have defog because I'm running rocks on my team. So yeah, I mean, it's really effective in what it does. So hopefully it does some good work here. Great speed, of course, and great power. So hopefully it works out. And then next up, we have Mamoswine, the Life Orb. Mamoswine, you guys already know what we're bringing on. I'm saying next up. But yeah, Ice Shard, Icicle Crash, Earthquake, and Knockoff. Pretty standard against a squad that has a Bronzong running Thick Fat, of course, just to take hits a little bit better from his Fire type, which escapes me for some reason. Yeah, I don't know why it's escaping me. But yeah, I mean, Thick Fat is just the only really real ability worth bringing in this matchup. I mean, it just really is. But again, great mon. It's one of those mons that I've heard people say it's overrated. I've heard it say it's one of the best. But I look forward to it. It seems kind of brainless. I just want to click buttons and hopefully it does damage. And it's very effective in checking at Thundurus and Hydreigon as well. So gotta make sure this mon stays intact if those two ever get out of control. And yeah, man, Mamoswine is a great mon here in this matchup, and I can't wait to use it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And then we have the Uxie set here, running a mixed defensive set. Again, not sure what the EV spread does. I'm going to figure out what they do before I go into the game, so I don't just, give you guys false information or some like BS information, I should say. So I'm running a pretty standard set here. Rocks, U-turn, Memento, Knockoff to get rid of those damn items on the Sylveon, like the leftovers or the specs. Knock off that AV from Hariyama, and what have you. U-turn, of course, is there to get some decent initiative, obviously. I did toy around with the IVs. I'm not sure what IV I will run, like certain IV I'll run in order to have a slow U-turn, but I'll look into that as we go on. But Memento, of course, is for Bob, the Barbaracle, to set up Shell Smash. The Barbaracle can sweep, straight up. Like, if I get up rocks to break that Donphan sturdy, this thing can sweep easily. With Memento, it could definitely set up easily on most of those Pokemon that don't have super effective stab coverage, or stab, I should say. Against like super effective coverage, it can probably take those really well, but the interesting note about this thing is if he brings a fat Kangaskhan like Facade, Wish, Toxic, this mon could set up on it and take advantage of it. So that's the one thing to note about Barbaracle. It can take advantage of that fat Kangaskhan that I do expect to come. So if I could get it in on there, it's going to be a lot of fun. I have seen T-Punch on my mocks, but, Barbaracle, I think will have a big game here. In my mocks, it didn't have a good game, didn't have a big game, but I feel like in the live game it might have a big game. So yeah, I mean that's the squad there. Night Slash, of course, hit the Bronzong. But yeah, guys, that is the squad for Week 1 of the GBA D-League. I hope you guys enjoyed this new team builder, and yeah, hopefully I stay consistent, and I will see you guys in the battle.